I like it for the radio show. That's like bang. It's like
Yeah.
right. It's that beat. Yeah.
Because they're wild. They're crazy.
Okay. So, you got a few phone calls this morning while I was making my coffee and maybe eating some food, and you maybe wanted to mention something about it?
Well, no, I had added some people to my social media account, so I had found some new people. It was kind of a group of people.
The numbers are going up all of a sudden.
Way going up.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed.
No, don't keep
gonna
your mouth
listen.
shut. No, I would like you to talk.
All
yeah.
right. I want to hear this.
Please, yeah, contribute. It's not. It's a discussion. And so I went in finally to check out. I checked a couple of messages, but there were just so many messages.
Wow.
And you never know what you're going to get. It's out of the way. You never know what you're going to get. So a lot of them were really beautiful. Very kind, very nice.
I would imagine.
People went to my music pages and grabbed videos that they liked and came back and posted them for me to say, I really loved this song. This song inspired me. I think I might learn how to play guitar now. You know, or hey, I loved this song. I was so happy that you made it. And so it was very nice. Beautiful, beautiful, cool, nice messages that I got. And then I found a couple where, you know, I didn't get to their message in time. So they had played out and exhausted themselves on a conversation with themselves.
Oh, yeah. I'm following you. Yes, I am.
And so I look at the bottom of the message. I can't even respond because they've now blocked me.
Oh, my gosh. That's too much.
I never participated. So they would, you know, and this is how people are. I love messages because it tells you a lot about the person. You know, the one girl that comes right on and she's like, you have such a beautiful heart. I was like, oh, you probably do too. You know, because you wouldn't be able to see me if you didn't. And people to see the things that they have inside of them, you know. And so yeah.
Oh my God, that was profound too. Let's just slip that in there. Yeah, people. What did you just say? People.
Well, they see what's inside of them. So if I'm, you know, grouchy and mad and everything stinks, that's all I'm gonna see when I look at, like, how come he can't do this different? How come he can't? Everything that I have in me, that's what I'm gonna find in you. You know, but if I'm at peace and I think everything's wonderful and amazing and I'm so excited about my talents and I know I've been doing a ton, then I'm gonna be like, wow, you've been doing a ton. You've got great talents, because that's a thing that's flared up in me. Yeah, so I can see it very easily. So you can recognize it in other people, but you recognize the thing that you have in you that's especially, you know, dominant.
Realness alert. Realness. Yeah.
And so, let's see. You know, one of them had this conversation where he exhausted. One was like, "This isn't a real account. You don't have much information on your page." And I'm thinking,
what the heck?
No, I have a ridiculous. I probably have an unsafe amount of information on my page.
Who would say such a thing?
Quite the opposite, sir. But I couldn't even tell him because he had blocked me by the end. He's like, "This is fake." And so he left, and I just was giggling like, that dude has no clue who he was talking to.
Wow.
So funny.
That is maybe one of the funniest things ever.
It
but it's
is.
also an example of how problems tend to take care of themselves. When you're
That's
doing
what
your
I really
thing.
thought. That's what I really thought.
Do your
Yeah.
thing. Do your thing.
I see all these people who put out their what do you call it? I don't even know. crust of rules, like where it's
Oh.
like, I will not be friends with someone who does this,
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah.
someone who, and I
Yeah.
don't like that. And I
Good.
thought,
Thank
it's
you.
nice that I never have to do that. Like the people
Yeah.
take care of themselves, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
The one gal was complimenting me and saying how lovely I was. She didn't run off and block me, even though I hadn't responded, in 2 weeks. And and then the other one lost his marbles. He couldn't stand not getting attention or a response. He had to have it, and if he didn't have it, well, by goodness, he was gonna.
I think you might have mentioned that story to me. That one.
No, this just happened this morning.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's a plague.
It's a thing.
It's a plague of people.
We have these types of people.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Now see, I'm learning stuff too.
And then let's see. There was him. There was the one that called me fake. There was another one that
Wait, hold on. Let me lean forward.
Yes, please do.
Someone went on your page.
In my messages.
Okay.
So they got to my page.
Yes.
Now we're friends. We're friends on social media.
Yes.
You have no clue who you just made friends with, but you're about to be friends with somebody really cool and amazing and neat and great. If you give me 2 seconds to process these 2,000 people
And live life. And live life.
It's a bunch of them.
And also go swimming.
Exactly.
While you doing whatever you are doing, sir.
And then, let's see, there was a gal who wanted to make it very clear to me that she, vets her new
Good, yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And so she wanted to know if I was anti-racist
What
and
the-
pro-black. Those were her
really?
requirements. And I
Really?
just was like, wait, what?
That's a strange foot to lead off with.
It's just weird. Yeah, you read all these messages. Like, I've never met you before.
Uh-huh.
No, hi, how are you?
Okay, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. Strangers.
Power of discernment in any way, shape, or form. You're just going to make sure I'm this pretty picture of this thing, And I didn't give it to her, am I? I just said I don't really know what those mean. I looked at the words. I'm like, anti-racist. I probably know what that means. And yes, that's me. But,
Yeah.
And, but I'm just anti-jerk. That's really what, I don't like jerks. I don't care who you are.
You're not going to go around wearing a shirt that says pro-racist,
Yeah.
pro-jerk.
Yeah.
That's a hard way to live your life, homie.
It was so
or madam.
strange. It was so strange. I really didn't understand it. Not because I don't understand the words. I don't understand what you're meaning by this.
Yeah.
And if your life is so chaotic or weird that this is how you make conversation.
It seems like that particular
Thanks
person...
for not adding me.
She does not quite know how to...
She didn't. I told her, I hope you find peace.
She doesn't quite know how to engage with her fellow man or woman.
She doesn't. And we talked about...
She's like, are you an axe murderer?
It-
Because I don't associate with axe murderers. I'll have to unfriend you.
But
Okay.
that's the thing. It's reflecting something that's inside of you.
Yeah, foolishness.
You wouldn't walk around asking if everybody's an axe murderer unless you kind of got something with axe murderers going on inside of you. So...
Just for the record,
Yeah.
I'm not a racist. That's funny. You're not a racist.
No.
We don't really even know
I'm
too many
multiracial.
racists. Yeah.
I just like everybody up here.
Yeah.
Got problems.
Yeah.
But I'm probably one of the nicest people that ever lived.
That's correct. You could have some melanin or not much.
Yeah.
You know.
It just has to do with what are you doing with
Yeah.
it.
What's up with you and who are you? And yeah.
Are you building gardens or, tagging graffiti? Because...
I think we can all appreciate people who are anti-racist.
Right. It was just
Isn't that just another war to fight?
I really feel like I've only met one racist. I'm not young. I've been here for a long time. But I've only ever met one
Like, holy cow, this guy's...
proud racist.
Oh my goodness.
I've only seen one.
You lucked out in that way.
Yeah, I don't feel, for me, like it's not a common thing that I see. I don't see it. And if and now remember that I am who I am.
Yeah.
So people do change when they're around me.
Correct.
People who maybe curse. When I'm there, they won't curse. Or
People tend, not all people, not all, there are some exceptions to this rule. But people tend to try to give you their best,
Yes,
whatever that might
for
be.
sure.
So that's fine. If you're a person who's off the chain and crazy, you've had too much, you don't have enough cigarettes, you had too much coffee, and whatever else it is, that person will still try to dial it down
Yeah,
and be sweet and kind.
they'll try. Yeah, they try so
They'll
hard.
be their nicey nice person with you.
Yeah, it's so strange.
That's perfect.
I went to walk up to a group of, people. We were all going to eat together. And the person, I watched them go and light a cigarette. They were about to smoke it. And then they turned and saw me and just flunk through it.
Oh,
I was like, what are you doing?
wow.
And they're like, nothing. Like, they wanted
nothing.
to just
Yes.
get the attention away from it. And it wasn't like I didn't know they smoked.
Yeah,
And it wasn't like I shamed them. I went and picked it up and handed it to them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
don't do that here.
Yeah.
And they were like, absolutely not.
Oh.
They just stomped it out, snuffed it out. Like,
That's pretty sweet though.
it is pretty wonderful.
You're not hating anybody who's
It's
smoking.
not,
you know what I mean?
no, not at all. And so just to see their reactions and how they are around me is pretty lovely. It's pretty cute. I love them.
That's pretty nice though.
It is.
That's also nice that your presence precedes you.
Mm-hmm.
You got some energy that radiates out from you, and people, they want to keep things a little nice and clean and
Yeah.
chilling, and
I think they just notice the difference, and I tend to be the excuse for them to get the thing that they don't give to themselves, if that makes
oh
sense.
wow, you have to tell me about that. I think I know about this, but you're gonna.
Well, so like at my home, we have a lot of traditions, different things that we do. If you come and visit my home, you have to participate. That's the rule.
No.
Like, if you don't like it, don't come over. It's not a problem. And so I think people start to like it or want it, and they don't do the thing in their own home. But they want it. They want that feeling, and it's nice. So they kind of look forward to me, and I use this really loosely, forcing them. I don't force them at all.
No.
It's not that in any way, shape, or form. But they know, like, that's her rule. So they come over willingly, like, lay your rules on me. I need some of this good stuff. And for a minute, they feel good and do a cool, nice, happy thing that they wouldn't normally do on their own or in their own life. And so I think they come to get that from me.
The water in the deep end of the pool give you some buoyancy and some space to stretch and move, breathe, flow, and have a little bit of lightness under you, right? So I would suggest, right, there's a analogy, a correlative, whatever. I don't know what it is. But if someone comes to your home or to your space, right? You give some of that. Because that's what a functioning
sure.
home does.
Yeah.
We're not talking about
Share your
strange
good
rituals
things.
and
No, it's sharing your good things.
yeah. You got a beautiful home, and your spaces are always beautiful. They're nice. You got well lit, clean, and livable, nice.
No drama too. I think that's a big deal. Like nobody. One of the things that I love is like nobody is ever gonna come to me and say I love you, and I'll be like, That would never happen. That would never happen.
What the
Everyone in my life, even strangers, I think they could tell. Like, if I went and told her I loved her, she would tell me she loves me back and give me a big old hug. And I would feel different when I walked off. So I think just knowing that, like that kind of a safe space or person to go to, I think we all know people that I could go to this person and they might rip me a new one or they might be nice. I'm not sure which way it'll go. I'd like that I'm not that. Most people know what if you're going to bring me shenanigans, I'll probably just say, no, thank you.
Yeah,
but,
yes.
But I'm not going to participate in that. I would never. And even just the person against themselves, If a person's coming and they're just so down on, I'm a loser or I'm fat or I'm this or like I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm not gonna allow somebody else to do it to you, and I'm not gonna allow you to do it to you either. You want to do that? Go home and do that. If you really would rather be at home doing that than here with someone loving you, then I'm not gonna take your freedom away from you. Go be miserable.
Everybody's entitled. Everybody's entitled to their own feelings and entitled to you could say, even saying like having a really bad day or a hard time.
For sure.
Right? Like, oh my gosh, right? angry and hostile today, and I'm too fat. My left toe hurts worse than my right foot, right? Everybody's entitled to that, right? But that shouldn't be your lifestyle choice,
Right.
right?
Yep. That's the difference. And
Yeah.
I saw somewhere
Lifestyle
recently
choice, but
somebody
really-
was saying look at patterns, pay attention to patterns.
Uh-huh.
And I thought that was really cool. And I even, myself, which I consider I have pretty good behavior, and I've done a lot of work on myself, and I'm not a Neanderthal. For the I am a Neanderthal, but I'm a nice, like an Eve.
We're good cave
I'm not,
people.
yeah.
We're good cave people here.
But it said, look at patterns. And I thought that's true because you could have a bad day that could turn into a lifestyle choice. And so it's kind of important to look at, okay, 4 out of 5 times this person is just, I don't want to say a drowning train wreck because then it sounds like I'm hating on those types of people, but it's not. It's okay to be having a hard time, but then you recognize it. Okay, this person is a drowning train wreck. Deal with them accordingly. Stop acting like everything's fine and everything's okay. Like it's not. So just looking at patterns, and even with myself, it helped pick me up a little bit because I was like, okay, a little too long to be sad. Well, unless you've decided you want to be sad, girl, you might like to find whatever it is that's gonna make you not want to stay there. Something beautiful, something nice, something that feels good, something. For me it was singing. And a lot of my songs when I started, not in the beginning, but this last go round, was spontaneous crying. And then I'd get to the middle of the song, it would be something that was very personal to me, and just start bawling. Yeah. And I could hear
here it comes.
Teachers from my background just keep going.
Oh.
I'm crying,
with
tears down my face. You could hear it in my.
Oh.
I'm just still
I get it.
keep
I'm glad I wasn't
going,
here for that one.
keep going, do the song, But it got it out. It got it out, And the more when you give it a voice or give it an
outlet,
something, it kind of resolves itself a little bit. So I've definitely been smiling a lot more and less, spontaneous crying.
I keep saying buoyancy, but it could be buoyancy, it could be levity, lightness, anything that contributes to that or fosters that, right? Sometimes what fosters that is a solid structure, like a solid roof overhead, right? But sometimes what facilitates that is something light and soft, a pillow, a blanket, a quiet room, swimming pool with a nice deep end. In the face of, I'm not going to use anybody's language at all, but in the face of dark times or a seeming glut of negative stuff, just perhaps, right? You can do it for yourself, you can do it for others, but just seek in ways to do those things. Provide some levity, lightness, safeness, quietness, and or a nice structure. It's available. What you need is available. Just be on the lookout for it. That's what we do.
Yep. I really believe that you find what you look for. If you're in a meadow and you're looking for bugs, I don't want the bugs to get me. You're going to see a lot of bugs. And if you want to see beautiful flowers, you're going to see the flowers. You're going to find what you're looking for.
That was more beautiful than what I want to say, but can I say one thing too?
Yeah, please do.
I was driving across the desert one time. Didn't have no money. Right? I was headed from LA to Vegas, right? I had almost nothing, right? But that's where I was headed, and I had enough gas, and it was like I was. But anyway, I started running low on gas a little earlier, right? I said, man, what am I gonna do? I had a few bucks, like $6, right? That would have got me. You know how windy it gets. You know how windy it gets.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped at a Chevron in the middle of the desert. I think it was Barstow, and it was so windy. The sand was blowing across everything like a sandblast, sandblaster. I went in, gave the guy $6, and went back to pump however many gallons. The gas was cheap. It was really cheap at that time.
Good.
It was really, really cheap. It was I'm not gonna get into that part.
Yeah.
But it gave me a little bit of gas. I had to squint my eyes, right? I was like, dang, I wish I had the $6. I was hungry. I was gonna get money when I got here.
Yeah.
But watch this. I had the handle in the thing in a windstorm, a $20 bill flew up and smacked me in the chest.
Wow.
Yes. And I was like, there's my gas and there's my cheeseburger. You know what I mean?
Yay.
That has happened to me countless, infinite amount. That has happened to me so many times.
Wow.
Right?
That's
no money,
wonderful.
middle of the desert, windstorm.
Yeah.
I was gonna make it. My car was gonna make it. It wasn't like I was driving a beater and I wasn't gonna make it. But I was like, I'm running on fumes. Dang it. You know what I mean? I was just like, well, I'm putting $6 in. I'm gonna get there. And then bang, the $20. I was like, yeah, I'm in business. You know what I mean?
Blessing.
Could have stayed for $13 at State Line. Had a cheeseburger on the house because they love me,
Yeah.
and had money extra.
Yeah.
You can live like that,
Mm-hmm.
or you can be just afraid.
Mad,
Yeah, afraid of everything. Anyway, awesomeness is afoot. That's business. That's 3 good ones.